totem pole, 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 totem pole.
TotemPoleNation, Life Lessons Podcast, Coach Taylor, Crystal Ball Paul. Turn your dreams into reality. You hit it early and running today. Paul, we watched the game last night. Lambeau was in his feelings.
Sure was.
The Celtics, did they turn their dreams into reality last night? And what did you learn about the Boston Celtics?
Well, I learned if that's their dream, the reality, their end result is not going to be what they want. They can't play like that for 7 games. They can't play like this against the Western Conference representative and come out as the NBA champions, world champions. Can't do it. But we'll see. Again, sometimes it takes luck to win a championship, and last night was all luck because NBA teams close out games at the end like that. I mean, it's just, you don't see that often. That was a lucky result for the Celtics. So if they want their dream to come true as an NBA champion, I think they have to button themselves up just a little bit more. And they can't have lulls in the game where there was 2 big lulls in that game when they had 2 big leads, and they shrunk in a matter of seconds because turnovers and just too much one-on-one ball and jacking up threes. It just they get to a point where they stop running plays, and it's just one-on-one ISO ball, AAU ball, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't generate offense. It generates turnovers and fast breaks for the other team because there's 1 rebounds on the 3-point shot. They got to take and look at the Pacers have a shot. They had a real big shot to really put a dent in that series last night, and it changed it. I mean, big change when you win game 1 and you go into game 2 with house money, but at least they know they can play with them.
Turning your dreams into reality. Coach Lambeau has always wanted to be a content creator, and he creates the most content of anyone in America. Is it quality over quantity, or is it quantity over quality? Paul.
Quality over quantity all day long. Yeah.
Turning your dreams into reality. Is TotemPoleNation turning their dream into reality?
Trying to, but I mean, and the only way you can do it is 1 brick, 1 day at a time. You know, I mean, you can't get it too far ahead of yourself. And you just, I mean, and again, I'll steal Lambeau's line, the old Sixer line. Gotta enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
Oh man.
Consistency. You got to be consistent.
Yeah. And what happens is, you know, if you keep showing up and trying without notice, you'll get better.
We'll get better.
Yeah, absolutely. Without notice, like if you start running 2 miles every day your time will get better of how long it takes you to do it. It happens subconsciously because you get a little bit stronger every time you do it.
Mm.
Your lungs get a little bit bigger every time you do it.
So Lambo, he's made 3,000 pieces of content.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully he's gotten better since he first started. Where are you drinking your coffee from today?
Colombian from Wawa.
Wawa, the Wawa Columbia blend.
Yeah, and I'm on it too because I'm totally a dark roast guy. Like, so I always mess with the Cuban and the dark roast, and then I'm like, let me try something else. So this medium roast, man, it totally took me off of those. I mean, I like my coffee strong, but that dark and stuff doesn't taste as good as this Colombian. It's really tasty. But I mean, but I would have to agree with you. I mean, um, it's just like I like to have coffee while I'm driving, but just a nice cup of Folgers at home you can't. Nothing beats that. Nothing.
Nothing beats
Still.
that.
No.
I was gonna ask Mike yesterday. I asked him, did they have a Little Caesars at Princeton? And no, they don't.
That was a good question.
The next thing the next thing he said they had a Papa John's. But the next thing I wanted to ask him was, have the students from Princeton ever eaten a frozen pizza? Because of these eating clubs. That was fascinating to learn about, that there's eating clubs. They're not fraternities.
Yeah.
But eating clubs. And they have a chef.
Mm-hmm.
We had oodles and noodles. Remember when they came out with oodles and noodles in the cup? And you didn't even have to put it in a bowl?
Hey, you know what I saw yesterday in this lady's cart?
What?
In this lady's cart yesterday at Sam's Club, she had cup of noodles, but they were called breakfast cup of noodles, and they had sausage, eggs, and like pancakes, like on the front of the cup of noodles, so it tastes like breakfast in a noodle, like breakfast ramen. I was like, what? They have that here? Like, what? She goes, yeah. My kids like them. I give it to them. Now the summer's starting. That's what I'm gonna leave for them when I go to work. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oodles. I mean, I remember when oodles and noodles came out, and I mean, we ate it like a soup. We always had the broth in there.
But yeah, but then we.
How did y'all eat it?
Well, if we ever had it for dinner, like my mom would put like as a soup, but she would put like cut up hot dogs in there.
Now that is a classic. Cut up hot dogs and
I evolved because when the chili flavor came out, I didn't want soup, so I evolved to pan frying them. So I would boil the noodles and pour out almost all the water, and then put the packet in and start stirring it around until all the water evaporated. So now I have pan fried chili noodles.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's high level.
Yes. And then I did that, and then once I had a little bit of juice left, I would drop some oil in there, and then I'd crack an egg and stir the egg in there at the end while the water's evaporating and all the sauce is getting all over the noodles. Now I have a fried egg in my noodles.
Wow.
I like the old ramen like that. I used to pan fry, but now because I lived in Asia for 3 years. I'm all about their ramen and not the American ramen. That's
so
all I
what
have
is
in
the
home.
difference?
It's just better. The noodles are better, and just the quality of the noodle is better, and then the flavor is better. Like the flavor, I like the flavor better, and the flavor is I can give you Japanese, Chinese, and Korean, and they're totally different tastes because they like totally different things. Even the Thai noodles, ramen. This is just cheap ramen from each country. Has a total different taste. It's
How
just
about have you eaten the noodles from the place next to the Dollar Tree at Chesterfield Meadows?
No, but that is Japanese style. Yeah,
That's Japanese style. So people that like
correct.
anime, that caters to them, like the kids that like anime. And
Yes,
what's up with
absolutely.
the bubble drink? What is that?
Bubble tea. It's just like tea with
What
it's
are those
tea with
things?
they're just it's just a
Is it sugar?
no, it's sweet, but it's kind of like like just kind of like a candy or whatever, like it's just I mean,
Is it filled with liquid? Is the bubble filled with a liquid?
no, it's just chewy. It's like a
gummy.
yeah, something like that. It's like that, but it's not much to it. I don't even. And again, they're supposed to be like healthy ones, like they make them out of ginseng or what have you. But yeah, I mean, and I don't know. It became a craze at some point. I mean, I remember when it was like they opened
Here
up the
we
first
go.
restaurant
The bird, which is the bald eagle. I love that name. It's like a gelatin ball. See that?
Yes.
So it is kind of like a gummy, because isn't gelatin like Jello,
Yes.
like a gelatin jelly?
Yeah, kind of like that, like a jelly. Yeah, it's so weird.
The bird, which is the bald eagle, you're like the Jaylen Brown from last night. You came up clutch. It's made from tapioca.
Yeah, there you go.
Tapioca pudding? I don't even know what tapioca is.
Tapioca flavor.
Laugh out loud. Yeah, dude. Just watch me and you'll laugh. Like it's a joke. I have no clue. I mean, I didn't even know oodles and noodles came from China. Like I like spaghetti, but spaghetti comes from Asia, doesn't it?
I don't think so. I think it comes from Italy. Pasta.
But I'm saying the noodles from spaghetti.
No.
Marco Polo got the oodles and noodles, the noodles from spaghetti from Asia.
Did he?
I don't know. That's what I was told. But now I'm learning all kinds of stuff.
Man,
okay,
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
The bird, which is the bald eagle. I am the bird, which is the dodo. No, the flower, I think, like little gummies. They are chewy little candies. The bird, which is the bald eagle, we are TotemPoleNation. We are the dude that is the low man on the totem pole underneath the eagle. The bird, which is the bald eagle. We have bald eagles in Virginia. Have you ever seen one, Paul?
Yes.
How big is a bald eagle?
Super big. I saw one on the side of the road. That's the closest I've been to one. One was standing on the side of the road on Route 5. I was driving to Williamsburg one day, and it took my breath away. I couldn't believe how big they are, like their height, because they're always like you
3
see them
feet
flying.
tall? How tall are they when they stand up?
Oh my goodness!
Is it like an ostrich? I mean, it's big. It's a big
At
bird.
least 3 foot tall. it's a gigantic bird, man. Like if you're sitting in your backyard and and you're just sitting in your yard and you have like grass in front of you and one landed right in front of you, it'd freak you out. They're big, man. I mean, it's bigger than those turkey vultures.
And those things can come pick up a small dog. They can pick up a small dog or a kitten or a puppy and take it away, right?
Yeah, I mean, like a bald eagle is strong. I mean, if it wanted to, it wouldn't do that, but it could pick up a small kid. Dude, it's big. It's bigger than you think if you've never seen one close up. Like a full mature adult one. It's big.
I used to think that the bald eagle was actually bald, but then they said something about the reason they call it a bald eagle is because it's got a white head.
Correct.
Is it still a federal offense to kill a bald eagle?
Yes, it's a federal offense to kill a cardinal.
What? A cardinal?
Yeah, it's a state bird. You get fined $500 for killing a cardinal. Look it up.
Wow. That's crazy, man, how some birds are protected and other ones aren't. Is a blue jay protected under the law? We got Slow J561 Big Brazil in the house. Red bird. Yes. The cardinal is a red bird. And the blue jay is a blue bird. I think that's a good question for Lambo when he comes on. What color is a cardinal? Slow J561 Big Brazil showing love from Palm Beach County, Florida. Let's go. South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Where you at? Where you at? That's right. That's right. Palm Beach, Broward, Dade. We love you. We're from Richmond, Virginia, but we know where the Mecca is of football. South Florida. I'm going to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Man, Big Brazil. Where is Crystal Ball Paul when we need him? Okay, so Crystal Ball Paul, I think we have some questions for Lambo when he comes on. And what color is the head of a bald eagle? Okay, then what color is a cardinal? What color is a blue jay? What color is an oriole? Do you think that he will go 4 for 4?
No.
Which one do you think he'll miss? Is there any other birds that we can ask him the color of?
Mm-hmm.
An oriole is orange. A cardinal is red. A crow.
Crow.
Or a raven.
Yeah.
He may know these because they're sports birds.
And start off with the blue jay.
Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Blue, okay. Blue. If he misses that one, he's in big trouble, man. What color is a blue jay? All right. So if anybody else has a particular bird that you want us to ask Lambo what the color of it is, put it in there. But it's got to be easy, y'all. Like we did Totem Pole trivia, and the question was, what ship was the Declaration of Peace signed at the end of the World War II? I told the dude, I said, man, these guys don't even know how many world wars there are. How are you going to know the ship where a treaty of surrender was signed or whatever? And I asked him, how many world wars were there? And Lambo said 3.
Dude, he's Lambo Calrissian.
Lambo Calrissian. He's from Cloud City. Look at this. Hey, look at this. I got this a long time ago from him from Walmart. He got his own Lambo. Look at that. Look at that. Lambo. Lambo. You lost your Lambo. Here it is. Look at Lambo's Lambo. Can you see Lambo getting out of a Lambo one day?
No. No.
I don't know why, but I can see it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Toucan, orange beef, black and white chest. Toucan. He might know Toucan Sam because of Fruit Loops. He probably still eats Fruit Loops. But I'm interested in this ramen noodles that's got the breakfast flavors, man.
Yeah, it's a cup of noodles. It says breakfast.
I was doing DoorDash.
And it's got pictures of scrambled eggs, sausage, and I think French toast on the front. I should have got them. I might go back, and then we'll
try it. We'll make a video.
I'll hand it out. We'll try it on Totem Pole. We'll try
Big
it. Brazil
said, "What since when?" I don't know. Paul, would you like to tell Slow J561 Big Brazil, who's from Palm Beach, Florida, about the ramen noodles, the oodles and noodles that's breakfast flavored that you found out about?
Yes, breakfast cup of noodles.
And what's it got in it?
It's got breakfast.
Oh, here we go.
You found
Jose. Yeah, well, Jose. A lot of people ask me, they say, Jose, how can I raise my credit score? They ask me, should I even take on a subprime mortgage in this turbulent economy? I always tell them the same thing. I got warrants. Jose, amazing. How do you raise your credit score? Pay off the people you owe. And what's the use? What is the use, really? I mean, the United States, I'm learning about this guy, man, and he's tried to take on the Federal Reserve of South Africa. And, dude, this guy, he knows some stuff that you ain't supposed to know about. Jose, I got 6 nips, okay, like a Rottweiler. Who's with me, boys? There you go. Scientists hate this guy. Biden something. Who was that man? He's Papa Legba. There, Jose, thank you, brother. Jose, can you see by the dawn's early light? It was written for you, brother. So you're going to get some of the breakfast oodles and noodles, Paul.
Yes. Did you see them? I sent them to you.
You sent them to me, okay? Hold on. Where's my other phone at? See, I got my phone here. I can look. There you go. We got the one and only Nicole. Hey. This is a family program there, Nicole. Folks, there's no easy way to tell a child their parents are dead. There's no easy way. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, man. There it is. Take a look at this, y'all. Man, this may change the world. Breakfast. Cup of noodles. Wow. I know it's got high fructose corn syrup in there. Jose, why are you trolling this man? Dude, we are the trolls. Y'all think y'all trolling? We're the trolls. Because we're the real trolls. We actually show our face. Wonder what it
Some of
tastes
us.
like. I don't think you're wondering. Okay? You don't wonder about things and what they taste like unless you actually tasted them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We turn dreams into reality.
Yeah, no, we've got to do that. We got to do that. Maybe Friday for the show. We'll do Cup of Noodle Friday.
He's talking about the noodles. He's talking about the breakfast noodles. I thought you were talking about something else, dude. I'm sorry. I was just seeing my bad side. What's good, Fruity Pebbles and Soul? Hey, man, dude, if there's a better breakfast cereal than Fruity Pebbles, I want to taste it. Okay? Post products, Fruity Pebbles, they came up with something. I'm going to shoot you a sub. Hey, we sub back. So, Crystal Ball Paul, the one and only Nicole, Slow J 561. Here, this is a good one right here. Sorry, Putin, I'm a Gemini. I don't know what that means, just saying words. Don't give Putin your Super Bowl ring. That's a life lesson. All right, he'll steal it. He stole Robert Kraft's. Yeah. Jose, thank you very much, bruh. Appreciate you commenting. We love you. We're going to accept you into our tribe. TotemPoleNation. Turning dreams into reality, Paul. What is the dream today? And what are you going to turn into reality?
The dream today for me is to get my grass cut. It's Wednesday, so get my grass cut, clean up a little bit. You know, I like to do some major cleaning on Wednesday, so I can lean into the weekend starting tomorrow.
You like to do major cleaning on Wednesdays. I like this philosophy here. What if worms could scream? They do scream, dude. Can't you hear them? Tell me a little bit about your philosophy of heavy cleaning on Wednesdays.
Meaning getting everything back in its place, and so I can look around, clean out my car. Yeah, that's another dream. Clean, take my cars to the car wash, vacuum them out, pull everything out of them, and clean them up. So like Thursday hits, and I feel like it's Friday already because I have nothing to do. Grass is cut. I could go sit and crank up the fire pit, and I know everything around me is done. And then now it's Thursday afternoon, but it's really Friday afternoon for me. And even when I was working, I did this too, because, in the military, like once a month, we get a 4-day weekend, which starts Thursday afternoon. Because once you get off Thursday, you don't go back to work till Tuesday. So I want everything. I don't want to be having to do any type of major cleaning. I don't want dishes in the sink. I don't want anything. I want everything dress. So I can just get up, shower, put some clothes on, and just go out and just relax.
Amazing.
Go on a around here, like I like once a week to go on like a Burlington Ross run around Richmond, just to see what I find. Just go scavenger hunting. That's always fun. That's always fun.
That's what you do on Thursdays.
Yeah,
Thursdays is your scavenger hunt day.
Correct. Because I know that everything that I needed to do for the week is already done. All the major things like cars.
You should live stream that. You should live stream the scavenger hunt.
Oh yeah. I actually watch those too on YouTube. There's guys that do that, like resellers.
And do they actually like edit, or do they just live stream it? Like, hey, I'm going here. All right, I'm driving.
No, they film it and then they edit it because they put music to it, and then they cut out all the lull periods, like going from the shoes to this section and this section, and they cut it and they wrap it all together and make a nice short video. So you're seeing like every highlight, like when they find a pair of Jordans, or they find a elite pair of shoes that really, like I say all the time, shouldn't even be in Burlington, but anything and everything ends up there. And it's
Your
a
brother
place.
is big into shoes, ain't he?
He is, because he actually worked at Burlington as a side hustle. He was like a 4 a.m.
I gotta say something to this, because this is a good life lesson. Because Jose, you ain't never seen the movie Dog Day Afternoon. Dog Day Afternoon came out in 1975. How old are you? That was 3 years before I was born. Let's get serious, folks. Do you remember when men were men? I'm talking about when men were men, folks. I'm talking about when men were men. Watch Dog Day Afternoon. You tell me if what is new is new. We ain't about that division.
Yep.
Because I done watched the pattern. This world is slitting soon. We're all getting tested every day.
Oh, man. Come on.
That's why this is the Life Lessons Podcast. Paul, you're my better side. Bring me back into balance.
Bring you back into balance. Okay, you ready? Zen. Zen. All right. It's Wednesday, so yeah, Thursday starts my weekend. What's your big plans for the weekend, Troy?
I get my son. There's probably some baseball card shows that my second cousin runs, Tidewater Cards and Collectibles. We'll probably go to a baseball card show. We'll probably go to the flea market on Sunday.
The outdoor?
Yeah. If it ain't raining, yeah, we'll go. We've got a $10 Luka Doncic jersey from the NBA EuroLeague yesterday. I mean, it's bootleg, but it came out of a store.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like the black number 10, Luka Doncic. They got all kinds of stuff. There's guys selling NFL jerseys for $25.
Yep.
And like they have a Joe Burrow. I know it's bootleg, but I mean, you can't hardly buy a T-shirt for $25.
Yeah, that's another thing about like South Korea. There's no copyright law, so like you can find you can get any jersey you want to for $25. Any guy in the NFL. If it's
For
not
how many bucks?
$25.
So I was thinking, like, when you buy these bootleg jerseys from the flea market and they're selling them for $25, how much are they getting them for?
Nothing.
Like $5 a piece, $10 a piece?
Probably. I mean, what? Because, man, the guys in like South Korea, they make a killing off of us, because I know they're getting them next to nothing, because they mass produce these jerseys. I mean, they got all the main players, but if you go, hey, I want a Jacksonville Jaguars jersey with number this with my name on the back, he'll have it for you tomorrow. Yeah, they have.
And shoes?
And shoes.
Jordans?
Yes.
Wow. Can you even tell the difference?
Well, Jordan people can, but I bought a pair of Jordan 11s for $25, and my somebody told me that, like, where there's no something on the tongue or whatever, but I mean, I sported those things around, and I mean, you've got to be a very, very Jordan like collector and just a Jordan guy.
There's a website you can buy Rolexes, and like they got to open them junks up to even see if they're real. You know?
Yeah, but
what language is this? Is that French?
I have. I don't know.
I'm gonna figure it out, Paul. How were you able to figure that out, that Asian writing that day?
Well, if you have another phone right now,
yeah, I do.
You just put you go to Google Translate, and then you use your camera and you put your camera on the words. It'll translate it from whatever it is to English.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Google Translate.
And then it has a thing on there where it says scan.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I used that to read menus when I was in different countries.
It means shut up or shut the F up.
Mm.
It's French. I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I remember overdosing at a techno rave on acid. There ain't no overdosing on acid. You ain't never really done acid. Overdosing on acid.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Paul. I'm sorry to mess up your chi. But Paul, I have another side to me. And I enjoy it when it comes out. But other people don't. Because I know bad stuff happens. Like, I mean, Lambo hasn't even woke up yet. We weren't even supposed to start the show yet.
No.
What's going on over there in Matoka? Are you in Matoka Park?
No.
Where are you at? Your house?
Yeah.
Show us around, man. Show us around. Like the outside, like where the road is and everything. Yeah, man, this dude's a bot, man. I appreciate you. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Is that y'all's house? Or is that your neighbor's house? That's your house?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful house, man. Is that the house you grew up in?
Yeah.
Man, y'all got like.
And that's yeah.
Look at that. That is beautiful. You keep up with all that?
My mom does. She did all this, all the garden stuff she did. I just do the grass.
Roblox. Cry Wolf. Yeah. Thank you, Roblox. Thank you, brother. So your mom still gardens. That's great.
Yeah. She's almost 80.
Yeah, my dad's 82. How about football? What are you working on with football?
What am I working on with football? That's another reason I want to get everything buttoned up, because I really want to drive down to Fuma tomorrow and just walk around, and hopefully I run into somebody. Yeah, so yesterday Kirk sent them some information. I mean, he said they responded right away. Like they were sitting there waiting for his email. And then they started texting him.
Wow. What time are you going to go to Fork Union?
Probably in the morning. And I've never been, so I mean, I want to just walk around and see all the facilities and the field and just look around and You know, just explore.
Yeah, it's a small town. I think it's in Fluvanna County, Virginia.
Yep.
The Fluvanna Flying Flukos.
Yeah, we played them one year in baseball.
Do you know what a flying flukos is?
No.
Remember in Greece, the shoe and then the wings that
Yeah.
comes from the shoe? That's a flying flukos. Don't ask me how I knew that, but I think we watched them play. My dad was from Appalachia, and they played Appalachia one year. The flying flukos. Are we going to live stream the game tonight? Because I had so much fun doing that yesterday.
No, I think that's a definite. Because like, I mean, you know, we and again, if you watch like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi during the NCAA tournament, they did they had a show on like the Manning brothers. Like it's no different than this. You know, it's just, you know, like the Manning cast, it's unscripted, and they just run with it, and it just goes, man. I mean, it's just you know, people sitting around talking, they invite guests on, and they just kick it, man, and they talk about the game a little bit, and they talk
So you
about
enjoy that. You enjoy
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Because you're going to watch the game anyway. You might as well be making
Content.
You got to make content. Where is the content king? He's hugging the pillow. The content king is going to get hammered when he comes on here, because I'm like on 8 today. Like I'm on 8. And you know what, Paul? There's something in the back of my mind about him coming off on me yesterday and using the F word. There's something in me that just says, dude, you got to get him.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, it's just unnecessary.
It's ebb and flow.
Yeah, because like all you gotta, all I say to myself is, you know, because there's going to be disagreements on games and how on perspectives, but just respect people's perspective and don't take it personal.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's strictly entertainment. Are you not entertained? Rome was on acid. Dude, they didn't need acid. The gladiators were fighting not to get their head chopped off. People that got nothing to do invented acid. People that wanted to interrogate people to get the truth created acid. Yeah, Timothy Leary, the CIA, they're the ones that created acid. The Nazis, they didn't need acid back then. They told the truth, because if they didn't, they was getting thrown in with the lions. And tonight's game, Paul, Anthony Edwards. I mean, this dude's got to be trolling because he ain't even making no sense. Like, it's a bot. But thank you, whoever's sending the bots on us. How do you feel about tonight's game? Anthony Edwards, I love him. And then the Mavs,
I'm more intrigued. I'm more intrigued about this series because what the style of play we saw last night, you could have predicted, but tonight I call it an odd duck, because me and Kirk were going through the matchups yesterday of the starting lineups, and it's like it's just an oddity of who's checking who, because they don't really match up particularly well. So that's where in this series, I think adjustments and coaching is going to play a huge role, because you know, who's checking Ant-Man? How are the Wolves going to defend Kyrie and Luka with their personnel. It's just and I know they played during the season. I'd love to go back and watch the games today that they played before the game comes on tonight to see how they defended each other, because the athletic ability and the heights and stuff, they just don't match. They don't really match up, But we figured that Luka, like Kyrie will be on Conley on defense, but Luka is going to slide over and probably take. He's not checking Ant-Man. They'll bring the Jones Jr. Their small forward, and he'll check Ant-Man, and Luka will be on Luka will be on their small forward. They're the guy that doesn't I forget the guy's name, but they're small forward. They're 3 guy. But Luka's not a defensive player, and then again they're playing against the number 1 defense in the NBA. So are these games going to be? Is this going to be a half court game, unlike last night? We'll see.
Life lesson, Paul. Relationships, men and women. I've been married. I've been to Divorce City. If a man loves something and the man applies for a job, let's say the job is to be a head coach or something in a sport that they love. Dylan Pickles, good morning from Germany. Never been to Germany. You ever been to Germany, Paul? You smiled.
Yeah, of course. I lived there a long time.
What is so great about Germany?
What's so great about Germany is schnitzel, spatzel, sour.
The Germans wrote the Germans are the fatherland, dude.
Bratwurst,
it's clean,
and beer.
It's clean. Is that true? It's clean.
Yeah, it's clean.
German.
It's clean, German. And it's just.
Is it true that coffee and movies led to the fall of the Berlin Wall?
Well, I don't know.
They ran out of coffee in East Germany, and the dude said, "We got to get our coffee." They went over the wall, and then they watched American movies. The CIA accomplished their mission, to brainwash the people in Eastern Berlin that, America had it great. But if a man who ain't even married, he's his girlfriend, if a guy wants to apply for a job to be a head coach, and the girl makes him feel bad about it, and they ain't even engaged, they're not even married, I mean, that's not a good sign, correct? Because when you love somebody, you love them for who they are. And if when you met them, they were already somebody, if you expect that person to change, I mean, that person is not very mature. Because, like, my girlfriend, she was who she was before I met her. She was 38 years old, and I was 40 years old. We were who we were for a long time. And is it when someone is young that they think that they can change someone into who they want them to be? Dreams into reality. Like,
that's not a good recipe.
It's not a good recipe.
No.
So
Like what?
should the man blame himself? Because I told my friend, you didn't do anything wrong. Dude, you didn't cheat on her. You didn't hit her. You didn't cuss her out. Like,
Yeah, just at some point, I think that's gonna become a issue in the relationship because if you're in the business of changing someone,
or not wanting someone to be who they are.
correct.
Yeah.
Then that's only going to last for a little while, and then the person's going to not like who they are anymore because they've been told they have to be a certain way, and then one day they wake up and half their life has passed and they're somebody else, and then that's when they start rebelling.
Yes. Or I didn't choose to live this life.
Correct.
Is what they say. And this isn't the life
Yes.
that I chose. Well, to quote Jay-Z, this ain't the life I chose. This is the life that chose me.
Yes.
Yes.
I concur with that.
Man. I mean, some people, they don't like it when other people
and that's where,
yeah.
and again, when it comes, I mean, again, I can tie everything in life back to two things.
Okay.
Back to the military and back to the greatest team sport in all the world, football. I mean, the coaches like Belichick and Jimmy Johnson, they figured out how to get individuals to tick. Not you're going to tick the way I want you to. And it's not a dictatorship as a head coach. You got to find what motivates each and every individual and do that. And people back in the day were appalled when Jimmy Johnson goes, I treat Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin different than the last guy on the roster. And they're like,
honest.
No, it's a team. It's a team. Everyone should get treated the same. No, they don't.
Okay, so I have another question for you. And I told my friend from another state who's going through this. I said, dude, you didn't have to tell her that you applied for the job, because I learned from my friend Jimmy Rogers, who was a savage, was a Ranger. It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Like, dude, he hadn't even applied for the job yet.
Yeah.
But he went and told her, and now, he wants to know, should he even have brought it up that he was going to think about applying for this job, or keep it quiet till after the interview? Here's what I would say, because I had a friend who once told me, and this guy never listened to me. He's so smart. He said, Troy, I want to apply for this head coaching job in Chesterfield. And he was already a head coach in Chesterfield at another school. He said, should I tell them I'm applying for it? I said, no, don't tell them that you're applying for it until you got an interview. And once you have an interview, let them know. But he's so smart, he went to his principal and his AD and said, hey, I'm going to interview for this job. You know what they told him? They said, you can interview for it, but you're going to resign from this job. They wanted him gone. So they basically said, if you apply for this other job, we're not going to renew you, because all coaching contracts are 1 year. So the dude told the truth. He did what was right. But sometimes not everybody needs to be in on every decision, because too many ideas and too many opinions muddies the water. Too many chefs ruin the soup. So shouldn't he even have told her, Paul?
No. Because
he hadn't even applied. So basically, he's just He's asking for her permission even to apply.
Yeah.
And she gave him what she wants. No, you do what you've been doing. I don't want you to do this because you aren't going to be around as much. Like, that was one thing that my girlfriend said she liked about me, was that I had something that I did. I had something that I loved, because I guess other dudes just sat around and waited for her. But then it gets down to, I never thought it would bother me that you love something more than you love me. And
that's not the case. It's
is that the ego? That's the perception. That's their how they want to be perceived, or how they perceive you. You're in deep thought, man.
I am. Because it's just
man. I go from going off on this guy about acid and going crazy to actually talking about something deep and meaningful. I'm like a roller coaster. I'm like a ticking bomb. I mean, I used to tell my classes this, dude, I'm like a ticking bomb. I could go off at any time. A kid would come in and say, I'm going to wild out. And I'll say, I like it when you wild out, because I get a wild out. Like listening to Shane yesterday, man, that was a great story, wasn't it? He went off on that kid. He even took it further than I would go. But man, there are still, what would Gabe Hicks have done if some kid would have said that to him? He would have gone crazy, wouldn't he? They're still old school coaches, man. Like, what are you thinking about this whole deal with my friend and his girlfriend telling him, oh, I like this one. You guys, gay. Okay, there's a verb in there. You left it out. Gaming with Alex RC. Sure we are. That stuff don't bother me. Thank you very much for commenting. Go ahead,
man,
Paul.
It's just you know what, man? I'm just trying to think about. I'm trying to think if I ever played with a guy that Coach described yesterday, and like you said, what would Gabe Hicks have done? Well, Gabe Hicks didn't have to do that because nobody was like that. Like,
but the situation was the kid was very disrespectful to the coach.
I didn't play 1 year of high school football with an I guy. I can't even say, like, Paul, tell me who was an I guy on your team in 4 years of high school football. None of them. Nobody was.
MySpace created this. MySpace, website, social media. I'm important. You know, it's all about me and my offers. You know, if you got an offer, it had to be in the paper. So the paper had to think you were important. The paper had to put it in there. Somebody else had to say, this kid is important. Not, oh, I got an offer from, you know, Notre Dame. So what advice would you give my friend? I mean, basically, there's a pattern. But he thinks the pattern, Paul, is that he has a pattern of putting things in front of women, whether it be coaching or hunting or fishing or whatever. But really, like I told him, I said, dude, you are who you are. And like, you've always wanted to be a head coach. Like, so if Shane is my little brother and he gets the head coaching job at Lee Davis, and I tell him, dude, this ain't a good move. Stay with me, and then you could be the head coach here, because I ain't going to be here forever. If he goes against what I say and does what he wants to do, that doesn't mean I don't love him. I'm happy for my friend because I want him to be happy and I want him to chase his dreams. So what advice could you give a guy who's in this situation? Is he basically learning her pattern, or is that the pattern of all women, of all people?
No, it's a case by case basis. I mean, because like for instance, like Miss Terry. Miss Terry gets involved in.
She's a part of it.
Yes.
She's a part of the ministry. She's part of the mission.
Yes. Yes.
They're a team.
They are. And again, she doesn't coach, but she does her part that makes her happy. But she's not.
Man.
Yeah, she gets into the players. She talks to them.
You know what she said, right? About like they went back home to West Virginia, and like he took her to. He said, "This was the guy that you dated before me. Look here. You know, if you would have married him, you know, you would have been married to a guy that owned a gas station, and Saban's dad owned a gas station. And you know what she told him? No. If I would have married him, he would have ended up being the head coach at Alabama." Dude, that's a point. Dude, if you look at history, there's always a woman. That women at once, dude, in this country, women didn't get the right to vote till what, 1918, the 18th Amendment or whatever. Women knew that they could not get to a certain level in society. So they had to find a man that could take them there.
Yeah.
And
again, it's a two-way street because, you know, it's, you know, because like he totally supports what she did around the team. And it had nothing to do with what he does for the team. He's the coach, but she did stuff for the university and the team and he supported it. You know, he fully supported like what she wanted to be and what she wanted to do. Because she didn't want to be the coach, but she wanted a role. She wanted to fulfill her own role of, I want to do this. I want to be this type of a person. And he fully allowed it. And he wasn't, because some people are like, all right, I'm the coach. Stay away from the team. You go over there and do, you know, you got people like that, but it's a team, man. It's a team. It's a team. And the minute the one person doesn't support the other person's dreams, then
turn dreams into reality.
Yes, the reality
I have
is
a dream and I want to turn it into reality. I want to be a head coach, and this is the chance I got. And if that person doesn't support you in turning your dreams into reality, then
you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a problem.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Life is a pattern. And guess what? I told this guy about the pattern. And he texted me and said, dude, the pattern is I put things in front of women. And I said, dude, you didn't do nothing wrong. Like if you would have cheated on her or ran around on her, but dude, just because you told her that you were going to apply for a job, don't mean you put something in front of her. Man, this is some deep stuff right here, man. So what advice would you give him moving forward? To apply for the job and just watch her pattern? Or learn her pattern? Because aren't that what you're doing? Isn't that what you're really doing with people? Is you're really just getting to know their pattern?
Yeah.
Like I know your pattern. I know that you are like, Troy, why are you doing this? Like, why are you going crazy? I can I can read your vibrations. Like, dude, these guys are trolling you, but why are you getting so upset? Because it's fun for me. It might not, yeah. Like, that's the thing about Lambo we talked about. Like when Lambo is coming off on me and using the F word, or he blocked the dude because the kid asked a question. Is he having fun for him? Like, I'm having fun. What do you think?
Oops.
I like the smile on your face, dude. It's like just pure joy. You're like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
No, it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of it's a lot of meaningful topics and stuff like that. It's just I get joy out of learning and listening to other people, man. I mean, because I mean, things I don't think about that come up and then we discuss, man, I could just take that with me forever and use it because it's just like, man, I wouldn't have thought of that way. Um, Stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's what learning is. It's a give and take. It's like when you learn about somebody, when you're in a relationship, it ain't one way. My dad used to tell me, only one person gets hurt in a divorce. The person that loved the other one. If both people love each other, they're still together. If both people don't love each other, they don't care. Only one person gets hurt in a divorce, the one that loved the other. Man, my dad has taught me so much. And your dad, what was your dad saying? What was his go-to?
Anything quick and easy is not substantial.
Maybe that's a good point about psychedelics and acid and psilocybin. That's what Dr. Carl Jung said. Be aware of knowledge or information that is quick and easy. You think you're talking to some alien or you think you're talking to something that ain't there? Oh, yeah? You might be talking to something that is there. Like, beware of things that are quick and easy. Because everything that glitters ain't gold. That's the one thing Paul got on yesterday. Is why are humans infatuated with gold? Why are humans in love with gold? And dude, I watched the video and it didn't answer the question. But the dude was talking and I was like, what? And then I started learning more that this dude is from South Africa and how pretty much history has stated that there really is nothing of significance built south of the equator. There's stuff built everywhere around the world, but they don't talk about Great Zimbabwe. They don't talk about South Africa. Dude, I didn't know that there was a war fought before World War I. England went down to South Africa and they killed whoever they needed to, white or black, any color, because they wanted that junk. And there were these coins that was on this train. One coin worth $90,000. One coin, one gold coin was worth $90,000. They had trillions of dollars in this train and the train disappeared. Man, never even heard about it. And it was Winston Churchill, right? Mahatma Gandhi, and the dude who was fighting against the English, he became the prime minister of South Africa. So he switched up. It's kind of like in Haiti. Why did the guy that became the president of Haiti, why did they have to pay $100 million to France over the next 100 years if they won the revolution? That don't sound right to me. When you win a revolution, you don't pay the loser. Yeah, man. Turn your dreams into reality, Paul.
Good morning.
I went on a little rant there. Man, I guess I'm a historian. So what should I tell my friend whose girlfriend doesn't want him to apply for the job? And what should he have learned?
Are you 100% into me or 80%?
See,
Because
into me is different than love. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, but do you 100% love me or 80%? Because the 20% is that you don't is I'm a coach. That's what I do.
yeah, and I guess that I'm a coach 360. That's why my nickname is 360. 360 degrees. Mike Spencer said, Troy, you're 360 degrees football.
There's nothing wrong with that because
am I really?
No.
Coach McNally said I needed to talk more football.
Yeah, because you could turn it off. I mean, I just don't. It's just odd, man. Odd.
What's odd?
I'm just thinking about the process and all this stuff when it comes to like
relationships.
No. Because I mean, well, it all ties together, like relationships.
Yeah, it all ties together.
And football.
It's all connected. We're all connected.
Football is such a beautiful thing, man. But there's a lot of stuff going on.
There always is. There always was. There always will be. You know, turn your dreams into reality. Like, dude, I'm not so sure that we're not stupid. And that the people 1,000 years ago were actually smart. Like, this guy that I've been listening to, he says that we've been told that the ancient people were dumb. And that we're smart. Well, they live without a phone. They live without Google. They actually had to find out information. They had to search. It just wasn't there. You Google a quote, and it says the person did not say that. Like, I'm not buying all that. Man, Life Lessons Podcast. Turn your dreams into reality. What advice would you give somebody who has a dream and they want to turn that dream into reality?
One, journal point A to point Z, and make sure that you're checking all the boxes. Because some dreams you can't turn into reality, but if you gave 100% to get there and it just didn't work out, then you knew that you were all in. You know, you were all in. It just didn't work out, and it just wasn't in the cards for you. But if there's some things that you left out and didn't do, then you're going to have to live with that you weren't fully committed to that reality.
Yeah. And I mean, you want to turn your dreams into reality. Yeah, you better write them down. Because if it's just a dream, it's just a dream. I want to go to the moon. Well, dude, you better have a plan to get there.
Yep.
Like, you know, I want how to turn your dreams into reality. Find somebody that's turned that dream into reality, and then go hang around that person.
Correct.
Because show me your friends, I'll show you your future. The cheat code to life is to surround yourself with people you want to be like. Like, why do guys go to Nick Saban and then go off and rehabilitate themselves? It's because the rehabilitation is just being around Nick Saban and seeing how he does it. Not, hey, man, here's the plan. Here's the PDF. Here's the video you need to watch. Dude, you can't learn something about a person in an hour video. You got to spend hours. You got to spend days. You got to spend months. You got to spend years. It goes back to the pattern. And really, the more you're around somebody, you learn their pattern. And what Nick Saban's pattern is probably the pattern that wins. What Bill Belichick's pattern is probably wins. Whatever Mr. Beast's pattern is, wins. Like, dude, I don't think I ever told you this, but my son, back during COVID, told me, he said, I want to start a YouTube channel. And I was like, I don't know how to start a YouTube channel. So I got COVID. And this might have been after COVID. But yeah, it was after COVID. But I was like quarantined for 2 weeks. All I did was watch how to make YouTube videos and how to make a YouTube channel. And like just started studying it. And before you know it, we got a YouTube channel. My son's got his own YouTube channel. He's got like 3 or 4 YouTube channels that he makes shorts on. And he's in 7th grade. And he's taken a class this summer. He was taking coding classes, but now he's taking a class on how to make YouTube videos. Yeah, like, I guess your son, who's a quarterback, you know his pattern, or you know his pattern that you've seen. Because, like, kids, they always, they act a certain way around their parents, and then a lot of times kids have their parents fooled and they act a different way. But the kids who really got disciplined, my dad used to tell me, Troy, fake it like you got sense. He said, do you have any sense? He's like, no, I'm not talking about change. I'm talking about, do you have any sense? Well, fake it. Fake it like you got some sense, Troy. Man, isn't this perfect life lessons that me and you, Jimbo Fisher and Crystal Ball Paul, are on life lessons? This is episode 199. And tomorrow, Coach Bald said he may be back for number 200. How do you feel about this, Paul?
I'm excited to see him. I mean, I miss his. I miss what he brings to the party. I mean, he's a star. He's got some stuff, man.
He is a star, man. But he's always been a star. I mean, he could have been a pro wrestler. He would have been a YouTuber. He would have been famous. Jake Paul. I mean, Coach Bald was all of them wrapped up into the real deal. His name, growing up, this is what he called himself: Big Daddy Cool. He understood branding. Like, he could do the Deion Sanders dance, Like, this dude, he understood branding. He was Big Daddy Cool. Like, some people are just ahead of their time, man.
Yeah.
But your son's pattern as a quarterback, there's some colleges that are coming on to him now. And I told you, people know the pattern of what it takes to be a quarterback that plays from the pocket. It's just that people are not patient enough to take the time to develop that pattern. Because what happens is those guys who have to go through that process to develop that pattern to be a in the pocket quarterback, those schools, they got to win so fast, they'll just go with an athlete that can run. But the guys who can really play from the pocket, they go to the Miami of Ohio's. They go to Michigan and don't start till they're senior. Like, it takes time to develop the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you get the pattern and you know it, like, some people think you can't play. Shannon Sharp said that Patrick Mahomes is going to be a bust. But Andy Reid had Michael Vick. He had Donovan McNabb. And, dude, if you have those guys and you find somebody that reminds you of them, or you think that this guy might have better inside and have a pro baseball player arm, dude, Patrick Mahomes is not very tall. I mean, dude, they're all like the same height in the NFL. I mean, few guys are 6'7". They're all around 6'2", 6'3". Okay. he's not very tall, but he looks tall on the field. And there's a pattern, man. It'd be cool if your son could like work out with Mahomes. You know, I told you, man, we'll watch film with Mahomes. And so what are you thinking right now from what I'm telling you about the pattern and the quarterbacking? You believe it, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And again, I just want to see him in that pattern, see him in that, in a place, just in just to see how he develops. You know what I'm saying? How it looks, because I don't know. Maybe I see some. Maybe I see something other people don't see. I don't know, but it's just.
I know how it looks.
Yeah, the QB
I know
room.
how it looks. I've seen it before. I learned it. There's a pattern. Man, are we on to this pattern thing? Like, what if, is there a theory of patterns in philosophy, in history? There's something about patterns, man. I think patterns is easier for me to understand because of algorithms, and you know, the Rubik's Cube is a pattern. It's an algorithm. It's a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, they say they have tics. Like me, I got little certain things I do. It's my pattern. And sometimes my pattern is off pattern. Turn your dreams into reality. I think you got to turn your dreams into reality. You got to find the pattern. Whatever it is that you want to do, find the pattern and follow the recipe. Is the recipe a pattern? There's a recipe. You can, like my girlfriend, the ice cream she made was terrible. She tried to change the pattern. Like she didn't have enough ice. So it just got frozen around the outsides of the homemade ice cream. She tried to use stevia instead of real sugar. And she didn't like the way it tasted. I was eating it because it was like really ice cream or frozen strawberries. But there's a pattern. It's a recipe. Yeah, I mean, and you know it. You know the recipe. The military is a pattern, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Because kids always say, I don't want to go in the military. I don't want to wake up in the morning. I don't want to have to wear a uniform. I don't want to have someone telling me what to do. But really, you're going to follow the pattern. It might be the military pattern. It might be the work pattern. It might be Lambo is in the house. It might be the military pattern. It might be the work pattern. It might be the school pattern. It might be the jail pattern. But eventually you're going to follow the pattern. You're going to get up and you're going to do what you're told, and you're going to wear what you're supposed to wear. If not, you're going to be fired. Have you ever heard anybody say it like that?
Yep.
You have? Who'd
Yep.
Who'd you hear say it like that?
Several people, because being in uniform, it's like, we talk about what's it like on the outside, but it all comes back to, it's the same thing. We just wear a uniform, but their uniform is something different.
And I love what you were talking about yesterday about the people who have a certain rank. When you pull rank on someone,
mm-hmm.
Like I would say the best of the best, like Colin Powell, the best of the best, should have been president. Colin Powell should have been president, but he's too honest. He's so honest, they used him to manipulate the American people. Colin Powell Have you ever heard the story about Colin Powell when he broke down on the freeway in D.C.? And it's a great story. It was before he died. He broke down, right? And this guy, this white dude, gets out. And the dude's got one leg. So he's got like a fake leg. And Colin Powell says this: I knew he was one of my guys. I knew he was one of me. And the dude stopped. No one else stopped. And he helped General Powell change his tire. And he was like, General Powell, oh my gosh. General Powell gave him his phone number. General Powell took his family out to eat with his wife, and he became friends with this guy who had gotten his leg blown off in a mine in the sandbox. But that made me think, like, General Powell was 4-star general, I believe. There's no such thing as a 5-star anymore, I don't believe. But he said, that's one of my guys. That's one of me. And I would say that the best leaders, the guys who make their dreams into reality, like Dick Gregory, they know who made them. They know who got them there. And you can't get there unless you win with people. Woody Hayes, what are you thinking? We're on it today, man.
The pattern, the process, the pattern.
What do you think about General Powell and what he did?
I don't know. I don't know enough about him to I mean,
yeah, but he told the dude that had the blown off leg, that's one of my guys. That's one of me. The guy that stopped to help him fix the tire. And then he befriended this guy that was just like an enlisted dude. But General Powell made him feel special. General Powell, who was the general, didn't make this guy feel like he was less than him. And that's what you were telling me, pulling rank, right?
Correct.
So that's a skill, man.
Yeah, it's an art too. There's
art.
There's the art is getting people to believe and follow you, no matter without using rank as coercion to get people to do what you want.
Yeah, I'm your boss. Look at me. I'm your boss. Look at me. If someone's got to say that, that's pulling rank.
Yeah, and if someone's got to say, "Look at me, I'm your boss," they're really not your boss.
Woo!
They're the boss of one person themselves because they don't have the self-esteem to, again, get people to follow them. They have to make people follow them.
And that don't work.
No.
That's coercion. That's step 4. That's the that's out of the 4 ways to manipulate or motivate somebody. Coercion is number 4. It's the worst. It's once you do it, that people don't have your trust. The first one is belief and ideology. It's about a belief. It's about an ideology. Then 2, it's about ego. It's how you want to be perceived. And then 3, it's a reward. It's money. It's a pat on the back. It's a T-shirt. It's a totem pole hat. Like Lambo, those totem pole hats and jackets, that junk won't free.
No,
Ain't nothing free.
Nope.
I mean, I've bought a lot of gear in my day. And when you buy 12 hats and 12 T-shirts and 12 jackets and what 12 hoodies? Like, dude, that's gonna be over a G. Like, ain't nothing free. So, Paul,
Nothing.
wrapping this thing up. I know you're sick of me talking. Turn your dreams into reality. What's the last thing you want to say? Because, dude, we're documenting this junk. We're documenting history. We're writing a book. But it's better than a book because it's us, and it's us talking. Our grandkids are going to be able to look at this. People in the future will come back and say, man, those guys were stupid. Who? Well, the one guy was. The guy with Coach Troy Taylor in front of his face. Jimbo Fisher. Man, dude, did you ever think we'd be here doing a podcast?
No.
About life lessons?
No.
I'm not smart enough to even think of that. Turn your dreams into reality. What would you tell your kids? If your kids were watching this and you're gone, you've left this earthly existence, what would you tell them about turning their dreams into reality?
Do something every day to make it a reality. Again, it like whether you write it down or you put it in your phone or you can just keep it in your mental. You gotta journal start point to the end point. You do that for every dream you have. The chance of it becoming reality is a lot better than not. Is it going to happen every time? No. But like I said, at least you know you were 100% all in and you gave the maximum effort to make that dream a reality.
Amen. Life Lessons Podcast. St. Pete Rejuvenate. Thank you, Paul. Stay on here. We love